The ultimate test of a beer gamer's metal.
Just here for the beer. Broadcasting from Stateside Craft on Commercial Drive, 1 block north of 1st Avenue. Stateside Craft, 40 taps of great American craft beer and cider, local spirits, and an amazing selection of bourbon. And home of the bottomless pint of bacon every Monday. Now let's head back to Stateside Craft on Commercial and get back to Just Here for the Beer. Once again, your host, Joe Leary.
Welcome back to Just Here for the Beer Radio on TSN 1410. TSNRadioVancouver.ca is the website where you can check out earlier episodes. We're broadcasting from Stateside Craft at the corner of Commercial Drive in Gravely in East Vancouver. Joe Leary, along with producer Corey Basso. This is the home of all-you-can-eat bacon. And they've got wings on Wednesday. They've got a great brunch. They've got a crazy brunch. Are you a brunch guy? You live in this hood. Have they tried the brunch yet?
I've tried the brunch many a time. I am a brunch connoisseur. I usually just get them to shove it in the blender and just blend it up for me, and I haul it all back. But no, I'm just kidding. It's fantastic. And actually, I just ordered a pitcher of their bacon here so we can sample here in a few minutes, hopefully, if the server does a chop.
If timing works out right. Our guest is Alex Black. Alex Black was featured recently on PrevailPrevail.com in a new feature called Star Tenders, where we basically do one non-beer segment per show. Alex, you're a cocktail genius. You made a drink called The Ancient Ruin, which was pretty spectacular. People can find you at Boulevard and the Girard Lounge in the Sutton Place Hotel. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for having me.
Okay, you're you're 5 years in. You're a transplant from Winnipeg. Before you came to Vancouver, what did you know about, say, the cocktail scene in Vancouver? Did you know anything about it, or did you just kind of just come in blindly and go, hey, there's something good going on here?
I didn't know too much about cocktails in particular. I'd visited here twice before, fell in love with the city immediately. The hospitality scene is obviously amazing outright, but craft cocktails was something that it wasn't even a phrase in Winnipeg when I left. Mad Men had just started up, so you had rumblings of people wanting to try an old-fashioned or a classic Manhattan, but where I came from, it didn't exist.
Well, obviously before you got here, but when Michael Bublé was blowing up in a local club called Babalu, and it was like the whole martini thing was really taking off. I mean, I guess if you go back historically, was that kind of the beginning of craft cocktails when, like, you remember obviously the martini phase when that was the big thing? Is it still the big thing?
The lineage kind of traces from the late 80s, and we can kind of owe it all to one gentleman by the name of Dale DeGroff, who coincidentally enough is actually visiting Vancouver for the Eat Vancouver Festival next month, early May. But Dale started the whole revolution. It grew. Madonna was seen drinking the Cosmopolitan. That blew up. Sex and the City had a huge thing to push along the cocktail industry. And then, Mad Men was really it for, in a lot of ways, to go back to that old style of drinking. Don Draper and the skinny tie became cool. The 3 martini lunch became, kind of a thing again, and people wanted to look that way and feel that way.
And can you look and feel that way without actually looking that way? Because I know I'm a fan of the older style drinks. I love Manhattans. I love old style martinis and that kind of stuff. But I'm not the most dapper guy ever. Is it a certain scene you have to fit in there, or can a guy just go and enjoy a madman drink but not be a madman, if you know what I'm saying?
I mean, all joking aside, I think confidence speaks volumes, and there's few things more confident than walking into a bar and ordering what you know right off the hop, whether it be a vodka martini, a Cosmopolitan, a Manhattan, or something unbelievably obscure that few people have ever heard of.
So does it bore you, and be honest with me, Alex, does it bore you when people like me come into your bar and I just want a plain old vodka soda? Do you go, oh, geez, I'd rather make something creative, or do you care?
No, I care. It's fun. There's a craft and artistic aspect to making the drinks, but I think the least important part of being a bartender is what actually goes in the glass.
Okay, so what goes in the glass for the most part? Is Vancouver a vodka town? Are we a Scotch town? Are we a Bacardi town? What are we?
Vancouver still lives and dies by the Yaletown Martini. Vodka soda, splash of cran.
Okay. And is that something that you can actually take and ramp up to a different level? I know that the drink that you made for the Star Tenders feature on PrevailPrevail.com, you made something that had several layers to it. Are bartenders, well, I guess what I'm asking is, are bartenders constantly looking to be challenged? Because there's no shortage of spirits out there. Are you always looking to take the conventional and kind of ramp it up to another level?
Yeah, we're definitely, we don't want to plateau. It is a craft career. We want to get our hands dirty in a lot of new things. We want to get our hands on new things, try out new skill sets. We've got some of the bartenders in Vancouver are legitimately the best in the world. You've got your big names that everybody's heard of, the Lauren Moats, the Jay Jones, the David Wolowicz.
Lauren, who just won Bartender of the Year at
Lauren, who just won, the birthday win. I think the most ridiculous thing about that is it took till 2015 for Lauren Moat to win Bartender of the Year. But we've got those people who paved the way. But you've got Jez McAlpine, you've got Grancini, two people who have won internationally in the past few years and really help raise the level in the city. And if any of us want to be considered decent, we've got to really amp up our game to challenge what they've been doing.
As I said, Alex, you're more than a bartender. You're a star tender. How can people find you on Twitter?
Twitter at Alex W. Black, ALEXWBLACK.
And you can see yourself doing the magic at the Gerard Lounge and Boulevard in the Sutton Place Hotel. Always a pleasure. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
I'm just here for the beer.